In today's world of modern air combat, a few names dominate the headlines: America's F-22 Raptor, France's Rafale, or China's J-20. But there's another fighter, born in Russia, that has earned a fearsome reputation: the Sukhoi Su-35. Now, the Su-35 isn't a fifth-generation stealth jet. It can't disappear from radar like the F-35 or Su-57. Yet, pilots and analysts call it the ghost of the sky, a machine that survives and dominates with sheer speed, extreme maneuverability, powerful radar, and a deadly arsenal. Unlike many aircraft that shine only in brochures or air shows, the Su-35 has been tested in real combat, from escorting bombers over Syria to confronting modern air defenses in Ukraine. So here's the big question: what makes the Su-35 one of the most dangerous fighters flying today? Is it really as powerful as its reputation suggests? Or is it simply Russia's stopgap solution until the Su-57 becomes ready? In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about the Su-35, its origins, design, specs, weapons, battlefield record, strengths, weaknesses, and how it stacks up against rivals like the F-22 and F-35. Stick with us to the end, because the answer might surprise you. The story of the Su-35 begins in the late 1980s. Back then, the Soviet Union's pride was the Su-27 Flanker, a heavyweight fighter designed to counter America's F-15 Eagle. The Su-27 quickly became a legend, but Soviet engineers knew standing still meant falling behind. They launched a new project, the Su-27M, the earliest ancestor of today's Su-35. It featured improved radar and more weapon hardpoints. But then, the Soviet Union collapsed. The economy was in ruins, and the program stalled. In the 1990s, Sukhoi revived the effort as the Su-35BM, big modernization. Unlike minor upgrades, this was a complete overhaul. Engineers introduced new materials like titanium alloys and composites, a digital cockpit, and thrust vectoring engines that could point in multiple directions. On paper, it was revolutionary. In practice, Russia simply didn't have the money for mass production. Finally, in the 2000s, with oil revenues flowing, Russia unveiled the Su-35S, the production-ready version. It first entered service in 2014, just as Russia needed a powerful fighter to face NATO's growing presence. Interestingly, the Su-35 was never meant to be Russia's crown jewel. It was originally a bridge jet, a temporary solution until the fifth-generation Su-57 was ready. But with the Su-57 still struggling to reach full-scale production, the Su-35 has become Russia's frontline ace. Today, the Su-35 isn't just a military tool, it's a political one. It showcases Russian engineering at international air shows, and it's been exported to countries like China and Egypt. At first glance, the Su-35 still looks like its older brother, the Su-27. But under the skin, it's a complete transformation. Airframe and materials. The fuselage is built from lightweight titanium aluminum alloys and composite materials. This makes it stronger yet lighter, allowing extreme maneuvers that would tear lesser jets apart. Aerodynamics. The nose section is reshaped to reduce drag and radar cross-section. No, it's not a stealth aircraft, but its radar signature is noticeably smaller than the Su-27. Engines. The real magic lies in its two AL-41F1S engines with 3D thrust vectoring. This allows the exhaust nozzles to swivel up, down, and sideways. In dogfights, the Su-35 can literally stop mid-air, flip 180 degrees, and pounce on its enemy. It's like watching an acrobat in the sky. Cockpit. The Su-35 features a fully digital, glass cockpit with two large LCD displays, a modern HUD, and hands-on throttle and stick controls. This reduces pilot workload and speeds up reactions during combat. Radar and electronics. The Su-35's heart is the Irbis-E radar, a passive electronically scanned array (PESA) system. It can detect targets up to 350 to 400 kilometers away, track 30 simultaneously, and engage 8 at once. In addition, it carries an infrared search and track system, IRST, for passive detection, and the Kibani electronic warfare suite to jam enemy radars and mislead incoming missiles. Taken together, these features turn the Su-35 into more than just a fighter. It's effectively a flying command post, capable of fighting, defending, and sharing data with other units in Russia's air network. Let's put the Su-35 into numbers. Length: 21.9 meters, 72 feet, wingspan, 15.3 meters, 50 feet, height 5.9 meters, 19 feet, empty weight 18.4 tons, max takeoff weight 34.5 tons, engines 2 times AL-41F1S with thrust vectoring, top speed Mach 2.25, approximately equals 2,400 km per hour at altitude, service ceiling 18,000 meters, 59,000 feet, range 3,600 km without tanks, 4,500 km with external fuel, weapons payload up to 8,000 kilograms, 8 tons. On 12 hardpoints, internal gun, GSH-30-130mm cannon, 1,500 rounds per minute, but specs alone don't capture what makes the Su-35 special. Its defining trait is supermaneuverability. Thanks to thrust vectoring, the Su-35 can perform stunts like the Cobra or Culbert, suddenly standing nose up in the air, then looping around to flip the fight on its opponent. In a close-range dogfight, this agility means everything. While Western fighters focus on stealth and beyond visual range missiles, the Su-35 bets on the idea that, eventually, planes will end up close. And when that happens, few aircraft can match its agility. If the engines are the muscles, the weapons are the claws. The Su-35 carries a vast arsenal: air-to-air missiles, or 73 short-range, infrared-guided, controlled by the pilot's helmet sight; deadly in dogfights, or 77 medium-range, active radar homing, fire and forget; or 27 a versatile medium-range missile with multiple variants; or 37M, an ultra-long-range missile, capable of hitting targets over 300 kilometers away. Air-to-surface and anti-ship weapons: OKH-31 anti-radar and anti-ship missile, speed near Mach 4, designed to smash through air defenses; OKH-59 long-range, precision strike missile, used against fortified targets; OKAB-500, KAB-150 precision-guided bombs, GPS or laser-guided. Gun: the GSH-30-1 cannon. At close range, it's brutal. Just a few hits can shred an enemy aircraft. With 12 hardpoints and 8 tons of payload, the Su-35 can adapt to any mission: air superiority, ground strike, escort, anti-ship, or even drone hunting. This versatility is why many analysts call it a flying arsenal. Unlike highly specialized fighters, the Su-35 can do it all in a single sortie. The Su-35 isn't just a showpiece, it's seen real combat. Syria, 2015, Russia deployed Su-35s to escort bombers like the Su-34 during airstrikes. While they didn't engage in major dogfights, their presence deterred US and NATO jets from pushing too close. At one point, Su-35s reportedly even locked their radars onto American F-22s as a warning. Ukraine, 2022 present. This was the real test. The Su-35 faced advanced Western-supplied air defenses, NASAMS, Irbis-E, Stingers, and Buk systems. Reports suggest several Su-35s have been shot down, but many continue to fly missions, launching long-range missiles, patrolling, and challenging Ukrainian fighters. Beyond Russia, China purchased 24 Su-35s, reportedly more for studying the technology than frontline use. Egypt also ordered them, while Indonesia cancelled its deal under US pressure. All of this shows the Su-35's dual role. It's not just a weapon, but also a geopolitical bargaining chip, a symbol of Russian influence. Strengths: unmatched maneuverability in close combat, long range and heavy payload, Irbis-E radar with powerful detection range, cheaper and less complex than 5th General fighters, yet still highly capable. Weaknesses: lacks true stealth, modern radars can still track it. Avionics and sensors are less advanced than Western AESA systems. In heavily defended airspace, it remains vulnerable to surface-to-air missiles. In short, the Su-35 is not invincible, but it's reliable, deadly, and flexible, qualities that make it a serious threat in any conflict. Versus F-22 Raptor, the Raptor's stealth and electronics are superior. But in a visual range dogfight, the Su-35's thrust vectoring could give it the edge. Versus F-35 Lightning II, the F-35 dominates in stealth and networking, but it's slower, has shorter range, and carries less payload than the Su-35. Versus Rafale and Eurofighter Typhoon, these European fighters excel in multi-role missions with advanced avionics. The Su-35, however, outmatches them in raw power, range, and maneuverability. Versus J-20, China, the J-20 is stealthier, but questions remain about its engines and agility. The Su-35 has combat experience the J-20 lacks. Ultimately, the Su-35 is a 4++ generation fighter, not quite 5th gen, but far beyond standard 4th general jets. It forces every rival to respect it. So, is the Su-35 truly the ghost of the sky? The answer is yes, but not because it's perfect. It's not invisible like the F-35. It's not futuristic like the Su-57. Instead, the Su-35 is about balance. Speed, agility, firepower, and cost-effectiveness all rolled into one. It proves you don't need to be the most high-tech jet to dominate. You just need to be effective, adaptable, and combat-ready. That's what the Su-35 represents. And in a world where wars are fought not just with stealth but with endurance, survivability, and versatility, the Su-35 remains one of the deadliest fighters in the sky. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our future deep dives into modern military technology. The Su-35 isn't invincible, but make no mistake, it is a nightmare for any enemy pilot who crosses its path.